Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Inspire Me Z, and today we are going to dive into a very important topic that has been going on for quite some time. I came to know about this when Infi Store was doing a book festival. It had been rampant at that time, and I got to know about it through a friend of mine. I knew that this is an issue that is like prominent in everything from makeup to skincare and to books and even movies. It's not something that we are devoid of, but what the main issue over here is that we are being cheated on when we know we are paying full price for the original one. And that's my issue over here. I'll be discussing on the same issue last time when I posted about this issue and how you can distinguish about fake books and original copies if you happen to get one. I got some of like very nasty and rude DMs in my Instagram saying how I was in a privileged position to do this, and you know, I had the money and the capacity to buy an original ones, and not all people can afford that. I think the issue is not about affordability or anything like that, but the main issue over here is that we are getting cheated on when we know we are expecting original copy. So that's my case over here, and we'll be discussing on the same, and I'll be describing to the best of my capabilities of how you can distinguish between a fake and an original book, and what you can do when you happen to be get a fake one. So I have a few books over here. I have the original and the fake copies, and I'll be describing to the best of my abilities of how you can distinguish whether you have a fake copy or an original one, and what you can do in case you get a fake one. And yeah, with that said, let's continue into this video, and let's see how well you can detect this, whether the copy is fake or whether it's not. So yeah, let's get started. Hold up. So before I move into the video, I would like to say please do subscribe to this channel and leave a like and a comment, because it will help me a lot and it will let me know that you are enjoying my videos. And I know I have been like a little bit back on my posting schedules. I've been like work, assignments and everything else in between. It's been hard, but I've been trying really hard to bring good quality videos and up my video skills for you all. So do subscribe, it will mean a lot, and share this if you found this video helpful. So yeah, okay, without any further ado, I'll just stop talking. Let's dive into the books. So the first book that I have over here is The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. So before I tell you which one is the fake and the original one, I would like to know your thoughts. So let me know, which do you think, the right one or the left one, is the fake one in the comment section below. So at the first glance, if you see that the cover of this book is much darker than this one, this is the original copy, and also the cover feels really blotchy and it does not feel smooth at all, while this one is really smooth. There is no blotchiness, and yeah, overall it feels like it's of a good quality than this one, the cover. The second biggest giveaway to know whether it's a fake or a original book is the glue binding. So if you see that this has a really clean edge, while this one has a glue binding and it's really yellowed brownish color, and that's the second giveaway. I know this is really easy when you compare it side by side, but this can be really hard if you have not seen the book beforehand, especially while buying from an online store. I think that is what happened with me when I got my fake copy of the Sapiens and the 21 Lessons for 21st Century and Homo Deus. That are the three books that I had got a fake copy. I did not know what the original looked like, and that is why I think it was I was not able to see that I had got a fake copy, and I just realized it quite later. After I read it for the 10th time, I realized that I had a fake copy of Sapiens. And also another way that I knew was when I went to the store, I checked the copy of Sapiens and it was so much different than the one I had at home, especially the size. If you can see, when compared side by side, this is this is bigger than this one. So if you are buying from any online store as such, please be mindful of the store you are buying from. And yeah, I will be linking down the online stores and the sellers that I do trust and I have personally have good experience with in the comment section below, so do check them out. Another giveaway to know that it's a fake book or an original book is the printing quality. So this one, if you look at the original copy, it has a really clean edged finish, while this one has a really blotchy finish of printing. I know this can be a little hard to detect, but when you look side by side, I think the comparison is quite evident. Also, inside the book, the prints, you can find this small out of places prints, and it looks really blotchy, whereas in this one it's such a clear print. I hope you can be able to detect the two differences that I am trying to show over here. I know it's really difficult to detect this small changes, small details over here, but if you are an avid reader, I think these things are quite evident and you can be able to detect them quite easily. As you can see, the prints don't feel as smooth as the other one. So this is the number one giveaway when you are to know whether you have a fake one or an original one. So another book is Yuval Noah Harari's 21 Lessons for 21st Century, and this is also one of the fake copies that I had got last time. And so what I did is, I think I realized it quite late that I had got a fake copy, and to be honest, I was so disappointed with the seller. It was one of a seller that I had highly promoted in my Instagram stories, and I was quite shocked. I was really sad, and to be honest, I think it really broke my heart that someone who has always been honest and has always tried to support small business, that I felt I was cheated like this, and it really broke my heart, to be honest. And I was quite sad for a few days after I found out, and after that I felt really angry and I went to the bookstore and I asked for a refund. So they did provide me refund for the 2 books, but unfortunately in the Sapien ones I had marked few things and I just got a store credit, and I don't know what I should get of the store credit. I'm just afraid that I might just get another fake book, and I think I need to be really careful and be mindful of all the sellers that I buy from and make a mental note. So if you have any experience as such of any sellers that have cheated you like that, please let me know. Please let me know in the comments below, so that we all can be aware and we can share each other's experience and hold those sellers responsible for doing these kind of things. So by now you must be thinking, what is the name of the seller? Why haven't I disclosed the name so publicly yet? It's because I do not want to ruin somebody else's business like this. Let's see how how they take this criticism. Do they take in a good way or in a bad way? And if they still, I think if I still find more cases of them doing this, I think I will be saying their name. Else I won't, because everyone deserves a second chance, and I do not want to ruin another small business and just out them publicly. That's just not me, guys. I do not want, times are hard and I don't want anyone to suffer because of my words, and that's why I will not be outing them publicly. But if I find another cases of them doing and repeating the same mistakes, I will not be keeping my cool and keeping my silence. So moving on to this book, the 21 lessons for the 21st century. So the first rule that I said of like the darker and the lighter book cover does not apply here. As you can see, there are completely different prints, but if you can see the width of the book, the original one is quite thicker than the fake one. And the biggest giveaway to know that I had got a fake book, as I mentioned earlier, is the prints. As you can see, as I mentioned before, there are all these small dots, which does not feel like it's a very high quality printing. And you can see there are all these small dots even inside the copies. You can see all these small random dots like this, while in the original one there is nothing as such. The print feels really good. It's clean, crisp. If I compare it page to page, it feels like even the, if I compare it page to page, even the front page of this one feels like even the words are completely changed. The information in this one and this one seems similar. As you can see, this one feels like it's been like congested everything in one place, while in this one it's like really spread out. The print looks really good, and that's my impression of this book. So that is another way you can see whether it's a fake or an original copy. So the most important thing that I forgot to tell you is the gap between the pages and the spacing. So this one feels like a standard spacing, while in this one it's so much smaller. It's like you're trying to congest everything in a page. So this gap is another one of the giveaway where you can know whether it's a fake or it's an original one. So that's another giveaway. So another book is the Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. So I will just like to give you a few seconds to decide for yourself which of these two do you think is the fake and the original one. So do let me know in the comments below. Meanwhile, let's just open this up. I think it's pretty obvious to me. I don't know if it's been detected in the camera, but the biggest giveaway is that the cover, as I mentioned earlier, does not feel smooth at all. It's so much darker than this original one. And as I told you just now about how the biggest giveaway is the quality of printing, and as you can see, there are all these smaller ink splatters but in this one it's really clean. There is no print splatter as such, but whereas in this you can see there are some print splatters. So another, as I mentioned earlier, is the gap between this one and this one. So if I move to the same page, it's page number 8, and if I move to the page number 8 in this one, as you can see the gap between these two, this one, the original one, has like a standard gap, while in this one it's like it's being just trying to save space over here. So this is another giveaway, and it's like it's comparatively a little bit smaller than the original one, and that explains the reason why they put that gapping in the spacing in this area. So another book that I have over here is Thinking Fast and Slow. So mostly this is my personal opinion. I don't know if it's this case is true, but what I have mostly seen is that usually books that are in high demand, usually, like, we need to be careful while buying those books, because these are the ones that usually have the problem of maybe getting a fake book. I don't know if that's the case, but it's what I have mostly seen. Please don't quote my words for this one, but I would like to say that please be careful if you are buying a book that is in high demand in the market area. So looking at these two books, you can see that this one is so much darker than this one, and another is this one feels a little bit rough, but this one feels a little smoother. So I would like to give you a few seconds to decide for yourself which one do you think is the fake and the original one, giving, like, applying all the rules that I had mentioned. Not rules, it's not rules, it's just general ways to find out how you can detect whatever I mentioned earlier. Do let me know in the comments which one do you think is the fake and the original one. So before I reveal it to you, just hold your judgment a little bit, and if I turn to the page, the very first, as I mentioned, the biggest giveaway is definitely the print. If you see in this one, there is visible but really non-detectable, like you won't notice this if you are not looking for it, guys. So these really small print splatters, in some it's really visible while in others it's not. So obviously you must be thinking, like, applying all the logics that I mentioned before, this must be a fake one, but no, this one is. And another biggest giveaway definitely is the glue binding. As you can see, this one is such smoother, like, edge finish, while this one has this brown sticky glue, and it's one of the biggest giveaway. And some rules just need to, like, there is no definitive rule that this is the one, but these are the few ways you can detect whether it's a fake one and an original one. So that's that for these two. Now the last book is Ikigai, and this was also a book that was and is still is in very high demand till date. And before telling which one is the fake and which one is the original, I would just like to give you a few seconds and just let me know in the comments below which one do you think is the fake and which one do you think is the original one, guys. Just looking at it, just try to apply all the rules, all the things that we discussed beforehand, and just see which one do you think is the fake and which one do you think is the original one. So looking at it, the color in this one is much darker, and in this one it's not. Also, this one is a little bit rough to touch, while this one is smooth, and this one has that laminated finish, while this one has that like a cloth finish. And as I told you, the biggest and the number one giveaway is definitely the glue binding. I know it's really hard to notice in this one, guys, but if you can see, this has such clean edges, and this has like this yellowish brownish color. I don't know if you're being able to detect that on camera. And also overall, this is the width in this one is not that as much as this one. And let's see whether we will be able to detect this by looking at the prints. Okay, right from the start I can tell that it's a fake copy, guys, because all this, there are all this, as I mentioned before, all this print splatters all over, while in this one it is like clean, nothing of such in this one. The printing in this one is so much blotched than in this one. As you can see, it scripts, it's clean, but in this one it feels like it's in bold. I know when you are comparing these two side by side, it's really evident, but if you were to look at this just by itself, that can be really hard to know. These are such detail, like minute detail, that can be ignored by normal eyes for someone who is not so much like into reading or is just starting to read. And so these minute details can be missed by someone who is a beginner in reading and in books. It can be easily ignored by someone who feels that they have invested in a book, in an original book, they paid full price as an original book, and they feel that they are respecting the book and the writer by buying an original book. It's easy to be deceived and deceive people as such, but I hope this videos gives you few pointers to know and to see whenever you are buying a book from any store. Please be careful, especially if you are ordering online. There are only a handful of sellers that I personally trust, and I have not had any bad experience from them as such till date. So I will be linking them all down below. So these are all the differences that I feel that can help you detect whether it's a fake one or an original one. I know the number of times that I've said fake and original in this is like, you can do that little game, that tequila shot or something, game like that, where you take a shot every time you say a word. I think this video is like, can be used in that. Anyway, I hope this was very informative and you got to know some ways you can detect whether it's a fake copy or an original one. And please do share this video with everyone, to all the book lovers out there, and I really hope this was helpful. And please let me know your thoughts and your experience on this matter in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation, let's start a discussion, and let's hold people and sellers responsible for this kind of act. I know it's a small step, but I hope it's an important one. Thank you for staying till the end, and I hope you enjoyed it. Do subscribe to my channel, it will help me a lot. Do the like, do the share, and all that shenanigans. It just helps me, please the YouTube algorithm, as they say. Thank you for staying till the end. Take care, and I hope to see you in the next video. Okay, bye.